Welcome, welcome, welcome for another episode of Efferia Unshattered. We are joined by the Black Sheep for episode 4. When last we met, who wants to recap? Does anybody remember what happened?
Do we want a Grumpy Boris recap?
Sure, let's do a Grumpy Boars recap.
Well,
This ought to be
last
entertaining.
session, Boris had a lot of really good ideas that he brought to the table that probably would have solved everything real right quick, like just burying the damn thing or throwing it in the river.
No.
But instead, we escorted somebody else with magical powers down into the temple to retrieve the statue that we definitely should have left there because it's definitely more trouble than it's worth.
All right. Anything else about the entire first half of the episode? You guys found a dead body, or somebody discovered a dead body, but the locale the room in the dead body had originally been found in was covered in blood and runes and
it
a
looked a little
language.
different.
Yeah, it looked a little different. And then you guys had a big meeting about what to do with Tristan's body and what the next steps would be as a group. And you guys decided to focus on the automaton. And convinced that this is going to have some sort of impact, you guys decided to go down into the temple and raise a giant jade crocodile statue from the temple up through the roof of the temple into ground level, and that is where we left off.
What could go wrong with any of this? I don't see the problem.
I don't see a problem at all. You guys have brought the jade crocodile to the statue. Back to the statue to the surface. It is now back to its huge size. What you guys had done several checks. It does not appear to be animate or anything like that. It is a large green statue.
Now that we've brought it up, though, I want to see about getting the, I can't remember the name off the top of my head of the person that was overseeing the automaton that we spoke to before this.
Okay.
One that's loaded?
They're actually, I just now realized I never made a character for who was overseeing the automaton.
I thought it was Andrew.
No, Andrew is Doc's assistant. He's the note taker.
Oh.
You guys didn't. I think we'll say that that's why Doc was brought in, was to kind of, at least from a historic point of view, try to figure out what this is, what's going on. In the meantime, the Terran Enclave are, by their own means, trying to, through trial and error, figure out what's going on with this thing, what it is, what it does. All that goodness. So
far, with a body count of 2, it's been mostly error.
Kazro turns to you and goes, "Okay, so you're the ones who have been investigating the automaton. There must be a resolution. What do we do about or with it? You've had me raise the statue from the temple. Where do we go from here?"
Well, really, it's just a matter of trial and error. Hoping maybe if we bring them together that they might have some sort of response.
Wouldn't it be really funny if the automaton just made really good espresso?
So far, it's killed 2
Well,
people.
yes.
I mean, really killer espresso.
What if it... Maybe we should just hook it up to a water elemental then, yes? Maybe that's what he was trying to do with the blood.
There
So
is so
you're
much blood.
finally on my
I told you,
side with throwing it in
demons.
the
I mean,
river.
I would like to second that idea.
So, unfortunately, we don't have Dustin with us to fill us in with his ample note taking. Does anybody remember what Tristan said about trying to attune to the automaton? Because Wenrysh wasn't here for that.
Was it Squish?
I didn't think it was just. It wasn't just him that had said something about a tuning, but I thought it was like specifically it has to be. I thought at least some sort of magic user themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically sorceress
Forgot to say
energy.
when we did talk to the ghost of the guy whose head popped 2 sessions ago.
Yep, that was
with a
last
little
session.
seance.
Yep.
Right, his head exploded 2 sessions ago. Then we
Yeah.
talked to him last.
Yes. Where did I...
And he believed that he could attune with this thing, and he was incorrect. And it sounds like he had a very bad relationship with his mother. I don't know if that helps us with figuring out how to attune with the thing.
No, because it was much more that he felt his family was kind of enslaved by their position, and he also pointed towards his sister being held in captivity, actually, and that she was taken by the White Court.
Correct.
I took those notes.
Yay.
Boris disregarded all of that because he does not care for the affairs of nobles.
Fair. So, what you gonna do with the statue now? Are you gonna take it? What is the plan here? Kazura is asking. Are we bringing this to the automaton? Are we bringing the automaton to? Okay, I'll shrink it and move it again. All right.
Because there's no way for us to safely really move the automaton that I know of, so might as well move this.
All right. Back to. Hold on. Let me make sure we're on the right map. There we go. Now I gotta zoom all the way out. Get us to where. Hold on. Get the right people on the map.
I'm just saying, since we, did go through the trouble of bringing this thing out of the temple, and the whole, we have a pretty limited supply of resources and goods and food for your so-called resistance here. Now that we have this priceless artifact, why are we bothering with the automaton for? I say we just.
I know there's
find a way to
duplicates of
hawk
all
it.
of you. Let me fix that. There we go. Now the people that are here. Where did the god... hold on, let me get the... I didn't get the... I didn't... I thought I got... Okay, copy. The downside of doing this digitally, too many maps. Alright.
Too many maps, too many maps.
So, you guys have arrived.
Boop the snoot.
Boop the snoot. As you guys, are you going to make them touch, or what are you doing with it? You just putting them in the same room?
Yeah, we're gonna make the tips touch.
It's gonna be a slow experimentation, I would imagine. Like, we would start out with them being in the same room and trying to interact with them, and then pushing them to touch, and then progress from there.
You're supposed to lock one of your statues in the bathroom and let it get used to the scent of your automaton. and then you swap them.
They're not
You put your
cats.
statue and your automaton, you feed them on opposite sides of the door.
How well has this room been cleaned?
It has. Oh, here, let me get that off that part has been cleaned up. All the blood and stuff that was here was cleaned up. Hold on. Where? Okay. Oh, Roll20, what are you doing? They took away the buttons that were at the bottom left corner of the map, and now they're back to where they were before, but then they changed all the icons on the upper right. I don't know what's going on with Roll20. Okay. Yes, they cleaned up all the blood. However, Kazro, there is a series of drawings that were done upon your guys' request that were left for him of all of the symbols and stuff. Here, I'll show you guys again what... This is the scene that they walked in on before.
The old room drenched in blood.
Yep, the old room drenched in blood. Now, much cleaner, put back the way it was. A series of drawings left out of all of the runes and writing that were left. Kazro starts poring over it, and you hear him kind of muttering to himself.
We should probably limit the variables of, you know, what will make us explode. So if he's reading from those scrolls, maybe we do that first before we mess with the statue and automaton.
Can I just ask a quick clarifying out of character question?
Mm-hmm.
Is what we saw in the room, is there a puzzle within the picture that you've given us, or is this a piece of ambiance?
It's a piece of ambiance.
Oh, okay. I will stop staring intently at all of the rooms, trying to see if there's some kind of puzzle.
No, my dear, there's not.
I'm like, how galaxy brain did we get on this handout?
Not.
Why did we painstakingly copy all of the runes except to give us an opportunity to solve some puzzle later?
Well, one thing that was determined last time by Kazro is that the writing was in primordial, an ancient form of primordial.
We need
and I had theorized that the automaton was in some way trying to communicate with us. Purely speculative.
After 10-15 minutes of Kazro going over the drawings, he's like, I think you may have been correct, Arapsis. If my translation is correct, it says something to the effect of, to those who seek mastery over the spark, may your intentions be pure, your knowledge profound, your spirit resilient, for the attunement may demand more than mortal flesh can bear.
So, Kazro, how's your relationship with your mother?
Fine.
It sounds like you're perfectly set up to do this attunement then. I bet you can do it without it blowing up your brain.
Well, okay. Do we have the helmet? Looks at Arapsis.
I think we buried
I
the
didn't
helmet.
think I had it, but I believe someone had it.
Didn't you give it to Ornak?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't outright remember right this moment.
That's okay. I think that's what happened.
That's why I smile and I'm like, probably.
We should have buried it.
Well, as he's saying this, are you guys doing anything with the automaton and the statue? Just leaving them as is? Have you guys?
Oh, I will start booping the snoot if nothing has happened at this point. I will
Okay.
definitely want them to come make them kiss.
Okay.
I'm out of ideas.
Arapsis, roll me Arcana.
Oh, wonderful! I'm so good at this.
No way.
See? Wonderful!
Suddenly, as you do so, they
Okay.
boop the snoot. The automaton disappears.
Well, that's not right!
Fantastic.
Kazro looks confused at both of you. What? Where did it go? What? It was just here.
I don't know. Wait, I
knew this problem would work itself out eventually. All right, let's sell this giant statue and buy some
is there
supplies
any
for the
kind of
resistance.
dust around?
No.
We cleaned this blasted place too well.
Roll me
Does anybody have some flour?
Roll me perception. You notice the jade statue now has a low glow kind of pulsing inside of it.
I'm gonna try and touch it now.
Nothing happens. Feels warm to the touch, though, whereas before it was cold.
Well, that's different.
This trial and error.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a success or an error, though.
What?
Well, seeing as the last couple times that somebody's tried to do anything involving with that automaton, their heads exploded, I would say that was a medium success.
Are we sure our heads aren't going to explode yet?
Nope!
Kazuro, I believe in you. I think if anybody can touch that thing and not have their heads explode, it's almost certainly you. Go ahead and try.
Okay. And he walks over and touches the statue.
Look!
The automaton reappears like a creature out of a Pokeball.
See? Kazuro, I knew that you were already partially attuned to the thing. Let's go get that helmet and give it to him and get him attuned up to these things.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
If you'd like to run now, I can create a distraction.
Well, Burroughs has been
no.
talking about throwing the automaton in the river repeatedly, so no, I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, but this does mean one good thing. If we wish to hide the automaton, should more people come snooping about, that does seem to be a suitable way.
Well, how do we explain the giant jade statue in the room?
We found it.
Modern art?
So we boop the nose,
Of course.
and then we push the automaton into the hole, and we cover it up. And then they
No.
only find the jade statue,
No.
and the automaton is invisible.
Well, you see, after we boop the snoots, one of the monsters goes inside of the other monster, and then eventually we get the monster out again.
I'm glad that we're back to the idea of burying the damn thing.
No, we're not back to that idea.
Not burying, it's
Revisit
just
that.
hiding.
I would like to revisit that idea.
Consider this. We bury it, or throw it in the river as bulls would love, and it gets found by our enemies. And they manage to make it work, and then they use it against us.
Or it makes all of their heads explode. And then no more enemies.
Come to think of it, it's actually a perfect
It's like the light grenade from Mom and Dad Save Earth.
yeah, I was about to say that it's a Trojan horse, but there's no such thing as a Trojan horse, is there? It's a Terran clan jade statue. We give it to our enemies. They wipe themselves out trying to attune with it. And then we don't have a problem anymore.
That seems fairly risky that they won't be successful.
Not
Exactly.
to mention the fact that we've been told this is not the only automaton in existence, and it is not the only one that has been found.
And that
If
it's
they can
powerful
make
enough to
others
turn over a
work.
nation.
Right. If they
Is
can
it-
make others work, they can make this one work. And then instead of fighting people, we fight an army of these things.
I don't particularly fancy that idea. I'd much rather stab people.
I think that if we're going to keep the damn thing around, we might as well use it as an opportunity to figure out how to destroy it so that when our enemies eventually come with these things of our own, we know how to destroy them. If we can't get the damn thing to work, we can at least figure out what its weaknesses are. And I propose that its main weakness is that we bury it back under the ground as far as it'll go. See if that solves the problem.
You can't keep burying your problems.
Look, eventually, these things come to light, like this statue here. This is an evolution. It is progress. It is things of the past coming to haunt us again in the future. Things that were not properly dealt with, perhaps. We don't know the truth of these things. The only thing that we know is that they're powerful. But this statue that doesn't seem to have any sort of movement to it still interacts with this automaton in some way. So, it seems to me that there's more to this statue than we thought before. Fortunately, I'm no wizard, so I don't know a blasted thing about these things.
More than meets the eye.
But how do we get it to transform into what we want?
Wenrysh, roll me a wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom. Passive wisdom?
Yep.
Or no, wisdom.
Just wisdom check. Not a save,
Okay.
just a check. That's a save. I just need a check.
I don't. Is that it? That's even better!
All the single digits, all the single digits, all the single digits, all the single
We
digits.
win the campaign!
That still doesn't beat my 4 natural ones in a row to open Daryl's final boss fight.
Yes.
What is it?
Yes.
Me and my boys are gonna mess you up. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
Fuck.
I mean, I rolled a non-natural 1 so far to start this session, so...
You've been doing great.
Indeed. Wenrysh, you hear an unknown voice in your head.
The demons are back.
So, Sora, I sense your arcane presence nearby. A silent call echoes through the ether, an invitation to intertwine our energies. The hum of my enchanted core resonates with the potential of our shared destinies.
Don't.
Will you will you answer this silent summons? Let your thoughts be your reply, and together, in the quiet dance of our communion, we shall forge a union of steel and sorcery.
Well, I guess if it's to be done, I mean, I definitely don't want to anger anything beyond or from the beyond. So what would you have me do?
Wenrysh, you watch as the automaton's eyes start to glow, and it slightly turns its head in your direction.
Wenrysh grabs his head. Not my head.
Kazro leaps back and is just like, the fuck? It's moving. What?
Well, that's new!
You're doing great, Kazro. I always believed in you. Whatever you just did, keep doing it.
Don't let it explode my head!
Why is it blowing your head? Why do you say
I don't know. It's just the dark ones are talking again, and they're talking with a different voice this time.
Dark ones?
And I don't know, but if it's in my head, and I don't know, and it's just scary. And what if they explode my head? And I don't want to be spread all over the room. Why is he looking at me?
Wenrysh, this is a very important question. How familiar are you with pacts?
Well, I know you're supposed to avoid them. Like,
Really?
if someone asks you, you just say no and turn away. Say nay and turn away. Nay and turn away.
We're not talking about drugs, Wenrysh.
Wenrysh,
Yes?
have you been experimenting with druidic herbs? You know, I really wish that you would have talked to me about it before you started experimenting with druidic herbs.
Hey, we knew about them before the druids.
You need to know what mushrooms are and are not safe. You talk to your old friend Boris before you go picking around the forest, okay? Why don't we step outside and get you some fresh air?
Well, Wenrysh,
Dark ones?
do you remember all the things that you were told before as well about magic? That it wasn't something that could be trusted, that it was only used by the demons.
Yes, and one that seems very familiar with me right now.
Well, even though you were told all of these things, you've come as far as you have today to be the person that you are and using those powers inside of you. That lesson proved to be false. So now, in this moment, maybe take just a moment of risk and say hello.
But the risk is that they explode my head. Is there? Do we have? Do you have magic that will put my head back together? Because I would like my head the way it is.
Of course we do, Wenrysh.
I tell you what, both myself and Aldrin were here previously when that sort of thing happened. And that is not what the room looked like at the time. So,
All I've heard are rumors and heads. So yeah, I'll take your word for it. Are the voice? Have I heard anything since?
No.
awaiting
And has
input.
it moved since?
No, it's just looking at you.
Okay. Well, I don't know about attunement. How do you do that? And what will happen if I do it? Does it hurt?
If you do it correctly, your head probably won't explode.
That's not very, comforting.
I sense much potential in you. You are not ready to attune. Not yet.
Oh, thank the gods.
But soon, return to me.
Oh.
Oh my god, training montage?
Dun, 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 dun.
I want to be the Pokemon trainer.
Don't worry, you can catch your own monsters.
I collect all the voices in my head.
You know,
You already have 2 pretty crappy Pokemon here.
Okay, so if it's not time to attune, then what time would it be?
When you are stronger, when you have gained more power. Like I said, I see much potential in you. Much potential in you. But the time will come when you are ready. And when that
Okay,
time comes, return to me.
so booping the snoots did work. Possibly.
After a fashion.
Okay. So, yeah. The new voice said it's not time to attune, but to come back. So, I say the tavern. That's a good place to wait, right?
we need to have a discussion sometime about this new voice. There was a previous voice.
Oh, there's a lot of voices.
All right. Well, that's a discussion for another day. Sounds like
Maybe-
it's time to get more powerful, which means you have to trust your demons just a little bit more.
And instead of solving all of your problems by going directly back to the tavern, might I recommend a calming walk in nature sometime?
If you want to look into those herbs, I am there with you for your walk. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like maybe you need to do some clearing of your mind instead of, poisoning your body. Just saying.
Well, as long as the demons are happy, they
We'll
quiet
talk.
down. They quiet down a little.
Wenrysh, we've had this discussion. They're not demons. It's just an innate ability. It might be your anxiety talking. There's all sorts of things it might be. I don't think that you're hearing voices other than he looks at the automaton, that one.
Yeah. No, I think that's one of them. Definitely. It's about those herbs.
I think Doc and I are going to head back down into the temple and take another look at the mosaic, see if there's anything else we can glean from it. See if we
I
can
think we're
figure.
going to need to vamp for at least 3 more minutes if we're going to go experiment with druidic herbs.
Is this like a no swimming an hour after you eat sort of deal? No herbs an hour after you've communicated with a new voice?
How many are you planning to collect?
Apparently all of them.
All right. Then
Gotta
this
catch
is
'em
going to be a
all.
definite adventure. We're going to discover parts of you don't know exist yet.
I need an adult.
I hope you find one.
All right, so
I guess
So-
if the plan is get her tuned with the automaton, maybe we should focus on attuning with one of them before we go chasing after collecting them all.
Well, for now, I believe the goal would be raising Wenrysh's arcane power.
So
How do I do
magic
that?
training.
Yes, that would seem to be it. What's the best case for that?
Castro looks at you and goes, well, we've got the magic training hall. You're welcome to explore in there, but yeah, I think I can definitely help you with your training.
I was gonna say, if we were doing XP, the best way to level up your arcane knowledge is killing about 20 to 30 goblins.
Well, since you guys have
Goblin
gotten to a
Slayer.
milestone of awakening the automaton, we're gonna take a short break while you guys level up.
Hey.
Yay.
All right, we'll be back in just a little bit, you guys. Don't go away.
Leveling up, leveling up.
All right, and welcome back. Thank you, everybody, for waiting. Everybody is now level 2. So,
Sweet.
what are your guys' plans? You guys were going to go do drugs?
I mean, whatever makes the day go by faster.
I think we're going to try to solve some of your psychological problems by talking about your problems with drugs.
All right, let's get you guys back to the big map. We'll just where are you guys going to? Let's see. Let's try to boop, boop. All right. So the giant map. Last we left you guys, you were over at the edge of the universe. Let's get Wenrysh on there, because Wenrysh was gone last time. And Dustin's not here. Oops, I put you on the wrong layer.
Meanwhile, alone in a dark druid grove somewhere.
Yes. We're just gonna theater of the mind it. Somewhere deep in the darkness, in the forest, Wenrysh is doing drugs for the... I don't know what time. First time?
It's Wenrysh, it's the first time.
I mean, before
Just
it was
like
probably
the very first time.
smoked paper.
So listen, Wenrysh, if you're going to get your head straight and improve your arcane knowledge, old Uncle Boris knows a thing or two about the forces of nature. And let me tell you, you're going to need to join. We're going to need to have you go on a little bit of a spiritual journey. This is old druidic custom.
Okay.
We just got to find the right mushrooms to clear your mind of all of these strange voices, or maybe herbs. But I think the best method is going to be trial and error.
But what if the voices are the reason why I have the magic and the big scary thing wants to attune?
Yep, and you're going to need to look deep inside of yourself to find out how you can attune. And if I know anything, the best way is to just take some time out in nature and see what happens. Sometimes you kill a bunch of monsters. Sometimes you eat some fancy mushrooms or herbs. Sometimes you
a bunch of monsters kill you.
Sometimes you find yourself at the bottom of a strange deep pit, and there's a statue there, and a bunch of strangers come up to you and recruit you to their cause, and you're not entirely sure why.
Well, I mean, the statue was heavy.
right?
Okay.
So I rolled a 7 on my nature check. Can I find us some druidic or what Bors might believe are going to be helpful components to whatever this spiritual journey that they may or may not actually have a plan for?
Sure, you can find plenty of stuff. Whether or not it's gonna work, you're just like, this looks right. I'll give
Perfect.
you advantage, so go ahead and roll again.
Thank you. I am supposed to be.
Yeah, same result.
Earth Mother. All right, well, I've gathered up, I suppose, what I believe may or may not be the correct herbs for whatever ritual I think I'm doing. And, oh, great, the hits keep coming. I guess with that 5 medicine check, I'm going to attempt to create some form of a poultice, potion, tea, or other way of sending Wenrysh here on a bit of a spiritual journey of the mind.
I mean, Wenrysh,
Oh, the hits
Bors is a
keep coming.
druid. Yeah, Bors just obviously knows what they're doing. Because
Yeah.
you sure as fuck don't.
No. You mean this plant that grew right outside the tavern? I mean, we didn't even have to go very far into the woods, and we just, wow.
Why do you think every time you all go and drink in the tavern, I sit outside?
I mean, I see why now. Makes
Yep.
sense.
So you're gonna. This is Uncle Boris's special ditchweed, and This is gonna send you to a place where you're gonna be able to clear your mind, and maybe then you can attune with the automaton. So go ahead. I think we're gonna go in and brew this into a tea, and then you're gonna drink it, and you're gonna see some wonderful things. Trust old Uncle Boris. This is gonna help you attune with that automaton.
Okay. And there are no side effects.
How long have you known me? Nearly 2 weeks. I
I
honestly
mean,
can't remember when we met.
it's been so long.
It's been at least 2 weeks. From what
Yeah.
you've seen of me, you know that my head's on straight. So, what was that old bartender's name with the at that bar that you always hang out with that we're standing behind?
Felicia?
Yeah, Felicia. You could probably have her brew this into a tea with her kombucha making skills, and it's gonna send you on a great way. The board hands over the bundle of various herbs.
Boris, I'd
And,
like you to make a persuasion check.
Do I get insight? Anything?
Yeah. Wenrysh, give me insight. You... You're pretty sure that Bors has no... You wait, you stop for a moment, you're like, wait a minute. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure he knows what this is.
But he has been smoking it for the past 2 weeks.
And he hasn't died.
And he hasn't died.
But based on any of your conversations with Boris, it's not doing him any favors in the mental area.
So Wenrysh is going to take it to the bartender
Mm-hmm.
and hey,
Oh, hey, baby. How you doing?
would you do me a favor and act as if you're brewing this, but then just give me regular tea.
Right. Gives you a wink and heads back to grab a teapot.
Okay.
This isn't nearly the first time that Boris has tried to get the bartender to make magic tea out of what is clearly not actually psychoactive herbs, is it?
Alternate Arapsis, roll me perception.
Yes!
Oh,
My God!
God damn!
Arapsis is just wrapped up in whatever is going on here.
Look at these flowers I can make now! They're fucking everywhere!
Aldrin? Perception?
That's gonna go well.
Come
I
on.
doubt you can do worse than me. See?
Not much
You did
better
better
though.
than me.
Aldrin, you're pretty sure that you just watched one of the kitchen folk go pick some of the herbs that Boars was just making into a poultice and put it in an herb basket for the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Fucking lavender or something. Just basil.
It is just basil.
We're just been smoking the bar's herb garden for the past 2 weeks and didn't even notice.
so when they come back with the tea, oh yeah, yum, delicious.
Yep, that's gonna send you on a right good spirit journey. You'll be talking to the ancestors in no time, and then you'll get this whole attunement business figured out. I believe in you.
Okay. So if this doesn't work, what do we do next?
Well, I'm pretty much out of ideas. Usually, then I would go and ask the druid elders, but you know, I always try this first.
Okay. So I just drink my normal tea. Oh, doesn't have
It's a
anything
nice
on.
it's a nice mint tea.
Yeah. Calming.
Very calming, soothing for the throat.
Mm-hmm.
From all the screaming you were doing.
Was a nice cup of tea to get their demonic possession sorted out.
So this
Points
is
to all those grandmas out there just trying to get you to have a cup of tea.
Right?
It can be very soothing. I think I might
ulterior
have a cup
motives.
of tea.
All right. So at the end of the cup, nothing's really happening.
As you finish your tea, Felicia reaches over the bar, picks it up, and says, "You want me to read your tea leaves, honey?"
Sure. I don't know what that is.
Well, this here looks like a moon, which could refer to the Moon Elves, or it could refer to the moon itself, Lunastra. Could refer to a number of things, but ever changing, ever shifting. The moon phases. It's an ever changing presence in the world, though always constant. And maybe that's what you have, something that's constant but ever changing. You know, maybe like your powers.
And he kind of looks in the tea. So the leaves tell you all that?
Yeah, you look at she tips the cup in your direction, and you see kind of a crescent moon shape that the leaves have left in the bottom of the cup. You see this here? This is what we call tea reading. You wait till you finish the cup, see what's left, see if maybe see what I don't know, a little bit of fortune telling, kind of, just a little bit of fun, nothing serious.
Okay, that's neat. So, does the fortune change if I have a second cup, or maybe if we change the flavor?
Well, typically you only want, it depends on, you ask a different question each time. So you kind of, maybe, as you're drinking it, think about a question that you want an answer to, and maybe see what the tea leaves say afterward.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll have another.
Okay.
So,
I don't know about having another cup of that special tea. It's really gonna take you places.
well, I mean, as long as it's you know, mint fresh, I think I'm okay. Might have to go to the bathroom though.
Yep, that's an important part of every spirit journey.
Okay. I mean, I found a nice place out by the barrels the other day, so. I'm good with good berries. We're good with good berries. No more good berries.
Oh yeah, I forgot those didn't really agree with you.
Oh, so full. Anyway, so this time he's gonna try to, like, manipulate the tea leaves by drinking it a certain way to see if he can get a different one. You know how, like, when you play with a Ouija board, you try and make it say stuff?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what he's doing to see if maybe he can dispel this kind of idea. For, at least for himself.
What's Arapsis doing?
Quietly getting into that room.
Into what room, I'm sorry?
Into the tavern.
Oh, okay. You just, yeah, you can eat, yeah, you have no problem. You just, nobody sees you, you just kind of slink across the wall.
And I'm waiting for my moment now.
All right. Uh, Wenrysh, you look down as you finish your second cup of tea, and as you're kind of swishing it around, it kind of eventually makes a form that kind of looks like a frog, you think?
That's
Maybe?
weird. So what does that mean? I'm gonna hold it out to Felicia. Should I avoid swamps? Or go towards swamps?
Literally live in a swamp.
I think something about transformation. The frog is often associated with transformation and metamorphosis, symbolizing the potential for personal growth and change.
Suddenly, rose petals fall from, like, the point above them over the table. And Arapsis comes over Wenrish's shoulder. Do you hear that, my boy? It means that you're a prince. Only a kiss away.
You know, I'm pretty sure I just raised chickens before this.
Chicken chaser? No, that won't do.
I've never heard of a prince that raised chickens.
Exactly. It's where you came from to where you'll go.
More chickens?
No! Being a prince! Believe
Oh!
in yourself!
But the voices don't say that I'm a prince. The voices mostly just say set things on fire.
But do they tell you that you want power, or will give you power? Or should have power?
Listen, the
Huh.
magic herbs are clearly showing you that you need to go back to a more natural life. I would recommend, instead of chicken farming, frog farming, And then the voices in your head, they're not going to matter anymore. You can be
Look,
promising those
Wenrysh,
promises.
many people, they misunderstand fire. They see it merely as something destructive, burning, something to singe and destroy those around them. But they forget that the fire is also the hearth, your home, the one that brings you peace at night. Fire doesn't have to merely be death.
Sometimes it can be rose petals. As he kind of toes one of the petals. Kind of neat.
Exactly. It's what you make of it. Each one of us, we have gifts, we have powers, we have things that have been thrust upon us by the world, not necessarily that we asked of, but it's what we make of each of these powers and our moments with them that matter. What will you do?
Well, I'm assuming whatever will not get my head exploded. So yeah, what? How do I set this up? What are we doing?
That's the spirit, my boy. We're going to go and, well, let's see what it says about you now, on your newfound vicissitude.
Hmm. That sounds terrifying, but okay.
We're
I
going
mean-
to go right now, before the spirit leaves us.
Oh wait, where are we going?
Back to the automaton.
Back to the automaton.
All right, back to the automaton.
I believe in you, Wenrysh. I believe that this journey has
Going on an
really
adventure.
cleared and changed your mind.
Yep. Moving the right
You're
way.
definitely ready now.
Oh, okay. So, is Kazro still there? Or did they...
No, they're down in the temple right now, with Doc and Andrew checking out the
Mosaic.
the mosaic. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
The word, the thing, the
I'm quiet tonight, but I am trying to take notes.
No, that is fine. You are fine.
So, Wenrysh is very much at a loss. Is it still in the same position that it was last time, or has it moved, or what's it doing?
It as you enter it moves its head slightly in your direction, and it just kind of waits.
Okay. So I don't know if this is what we're supposed to be doing. But yeah. What would you guys suggest?
Force just pats Wenrysh on the back and says, "Whatever you're gonna do, I believe in you," and casts his guidance spell.
Okay. Looking for
I
another number.
halfway
Try to-
expected it to be like that dad, like, pat on the shoulder or something.
You've really come a far way today, Wenrysh. We've shared a lot of powerful memories together.
Just gotta call him Slugger.
Go get him.
Go get them, Slugger. Right in there.
Hair ruffle.
You're gonna touch that statue and attune with it, and everything is gonna be great.
Okay. So Wenrish is gonna call out with his mind the last time.
Hey, you.
So is it time yet?
No, not yet. You are getting there, though. More time.
Oh,
You need more time.
more time. Okay. So the big scary automaton says more time.
Okay. Well, I guess this means it's time to inform, well, the more to-dos of the town and make sure that everybody's aware of this, because, well, this could potentially be kind of keys to the future.
Are you suggesting that they should probably get the mops and buckets out just in case I explode?
Gods no! I'm
Okay.
saying that in this moment, this means that we need to inform the other, runners of this town beyond those that we have of exactly what is going on here, and that this is a potential path for the town, for the automaton, for the future of the region. Who knows?
Yay!
My boy, I told you that you could be a prince, and here we are at the vestige of that future.
That sounds like a lot of responsibility, and yeah. I mean, if that's what the voices want, then that's what they're gonna get. As long as my head stays intact, I'll go along with whatever they want.
Look
So, yep.
around you. If there's anything that you should know of this, it's that you won't shoulder it alone.
Very
We're all
comforting,
really proud
actually.
of you
Aw.
for trying. Uh,
Fingers crossed.
oh,
Well, then I guess we need to involve the other people of the town council, whatever it was. I know there was other people that we talked to besides just the one guy before.
Yeah, Ornak,
Yep.
and her council.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we are going, well, depending on time, whether it's set it up in the morning if it's late, or try and get them to meet now to kind of inform them of this.
I would say it's late in the evening, so yeah, it would be the next morning.
Which would
it
make
kind of
sense.
seems
More
like
time.
we'd be best to leave it to the devices of the experts and figure out what we need to do. Like, seems like they're going to need to research and figure this shit out.
All right.
Are we just like basically handing this over to Doc and Andrew and just being like, hey guys, we got to figure this out. Y'all just take care of the statue and the automaton. We'll return to this at a later date.
Well, Doc is from Orthad, so he'll have to return there along with Tristan's body and the Sun Elf scouts that accompanied them.
And then everybody's going to know that we've got these fucking things here because the word is going to get out. We have to kill Doc.
You have to kill Doc.
Yeah, otherwise everybody's going to know that we've got these automatons here.
I mean, if you can make it disappear.
Well, you guys had already sent word to Orthad requesting people to come help investigate the automaton.
Why did you do that?
Because they're your closest neutral ally.
I guess that makes sense.
So, alright, you guys go to sleep for the evening, awake the next morning, and go speak with Ornak. Kazro is there, and he approaches you. He's like, I think Doc and I have found out some more information about the mosaic. If Doc's research is correct from other automaton and art in their where they have been found. I believe the Moon Elves used to. They held a belief in their own superiority, considering themselves the rightful rulers of Efferia due to their mastery of magic. It may have fueled their desires to eliminate any opposing forces, including the automatons.
So moon elves and rulers, and so keywords. So does that mean that we have to give them the automaton for them to destroy it, or that we need to keep it away from them so they don't destroy it?
Well, I think it would be in our best interest to keep a hold of it for now, not let Moon Ladrian know that we have it. If Doc is correct, the Sun Elves are no friend to the Moon Elves. They are our best ally in this.
So should we tell them what we have so that they can help us figure out how to wield it?
Ornak steps up and is just like, actually, I was planning to send all of you with Doc and Tristan's body back to Orthad anor to deliver this information yourselves, since you have been the ones that have been investigating it all. You have more information than the rest of us.
Do you hear that, Wenrysh? Road trip.
Yay!
More like a boat trip.
Even better.
You'll be sailing across the Eris River back to Orthad anor to return Tristan's body to his family, and along with Doc, present what you know to the leader Citrini and see what next steps may be done and what help they may be.
Hey. So it's just us and
Yep.
Doc returning a body. Okay.
Yep.
Or what's left of a body.
I'm sure they're going to take perfectly kindly to us returning with the corpse of their prince, question mark? Not actual prince, but son of an aristocrat. They're going to love that.
In our defense, his mother already knew that he would die.
Also, in our defense, we did not cause harm to him. He caused harm to himself.
Yeah, but we're not particularly
important.
popular.
We should
Seems
probably
like
get that in writing.
Yeah. Let's make sure before we publicize the location of our rebel encampment that it's definitely not our fault that this nobleman had exploded.
Actually,
our
I do
town.
believe we did have it in writing, didn't we?
No, it was told to you by the ghost of Tristan.
No,
In front of a fae.
actually. So,
Oh, the letter from Tristan's mother.
yes.
Yes. Which Aldrin has.
Yep.
Dear Aldrin, I do not blame you for the future death of my son. Signed, everybody's favorite precognitive.
The
I hope that holds
letter
up
from the
Important,
mother would
but
seem to allude, at the very least, that the mother was aware that there was possibility for sacrifice here.
as cryptic as, they always make it when they give off prophecies, but yeah, pretty much.
All
I mean,
right.
the letter basically just says the path ahead is as dangerous as it is unavoidable. not exactly the most open or direct meaning.
I mean, that's scarcely a prophecy, it's more of just a true statement.
Hmm.
Oops, sorry, we got a little dark there.
Alright, well, you gear up, be ready tomorrow to leave for Orthad and anor, and good luck. If you guys need anything, don't hesitate to ask before you leave.
Well, Aldrin, have you ever fished?
Aldrin?
Worth goes,
I can't say I have. I'm more of a hunter myself. I kind of tap the bow on my back.
Ah, well, it's just another form of hunting, then. We'll see. It's all in the wrist.
Swish and flick.
A swish and a flick, all in the wrist. A swish and a flick.
I
If you
better go
prefer
collect more
to
of
use
those herbs
arrows.
for the road.
If you prefer to use arrows, though, there is a form of fishing that is harpooning.
Hmm.
That could be an option.
Don't worry. Zetish here is very familiar with all the forms of survival. I'm sure that she would be very happy to help you in all of this. They'll be very welcome.
Yes.
Well, I can't say I've fished with a bow before, but we can see how it goes.
There's a first for everything.
As Wenrysh can attest, sometimes firsts can be eye-opening.
As long as they're not head opening. I want all my blood to stay in my body.
I believe we all prefer that, yes.
Yes, yes. It's a common goal. All right. So, what kind of rations do you take on a boat, or are we just gonna fish? I'm good with fishing, but you know.
Worst case scenario, we've always got good berries.
Ah! All right. So, Wenrysh is gonna go ahead and try and figure out what to pack for a boat trip.
Alright, so things that would be provided for you guys, navigational tools, um, uh, cloaks and stuff for desert wear, since you guys are currently in a swampy climate. You guys will be given like lighter fabric cloaks and stuff like that to keep you guys covered from the sun. Uh, Plenty of rations. Also, if you guys can now turn on homebrew in your character sheets, um, and then look up red healing moss.
Okay, so for
I think
the,
we've already
the,
got
the
some of
new
that.
people for using D&D Beyond, how do I turn on homebrew?
Okay, so remember how you edited your character sheet to level?
Yes.
Go to the home. Go to that edit, and then go to the home tab, which should be the first tab, like where you can. It's where you put like your character name and all that. Yep.
Go to the home tab.
So you guys will each get 3 red healing moss. As well as, I know there was another item. Um, are smoke bombs in there?
Let's see.
I see grenade smoke.
Yes, smoke grenade.
Yep.
Thank you. I couldn't remember if it was grenade or bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So yep, you get one of those each.
Lovely.
And then let me triple check if this other item is in there.
How much of the moss again?
3.
3.
3 of them.
Okay.
And a smoke grenade or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Set off a Salem then.
And then there's another item I was looking for, and I cannot find it. Ah, a fire splash potion.
Ooh.
You guys get 2 of those as a group. So if one person wants to take 2 of them, I'll let you guys decide who carries those. Or 2 people take 1.
I don't need them. I can make fire.
All
That
right.
happens far away from me.
I was gonna say
But
maybe maybe Zetish and Dustin can have them.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan to me. Since Dustin's not here, do you want me to go ahead and take both of them, and then
Yeah, go ahead and take both
we
of them,
can-
and we'll just give it to him next time.
Yeah.
All right. And we will go ahead and pick up there next time as you guys prepare to leave for Orthad. We're just gonna end a bit early tonight. So let's go find someone to raid. Let's see who's on. Let's go.
Tara's playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, let's go hit up Tara. We haven't gotten to raid Tara in forever. Alright,
Yeah.
as always, friendos, don't forget to love each other. Please take care of yourselves. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for more Efferia Unshattered, the Black Sheep next week, or the Shepherds. We'll see you guys next time.
Boo!